Thank you everyone for joining us today. Today is our final installment in our Lunch and Learn education series. Today we are going to be talking about Twitter for social media newcomers. If you missed any of our other parts of our series, those will be available on YouTube. So feel free to check the websites for Healthcare for All Minnesota and Physician for National Health Program Minnesota's websites if you'd like to check in and find out more about using Facebook and Instagram. So today we will be talking about Twitter. Jessica with HCAM will be starting us off with a general tutorial and overview of the platform. We will be taking questions throughout our presentation today, so please feel free to submit those. We will be talking about Diana's hashtag campaign that we've talked previously about in our sessions and the success she's had on Twitter talking about single payer healthcare, specifically for healthcare workers. And then we will wrap up with a piece from Ann Jones, just talking about responsible and great ways to use Twitter to be an advocate for single payer healthcare. So right now I'm gonna transition it over to Jessica and she's gonna get us started. Hi, Jessica.
Hello, thanks, Jen. Okay, so first, we just wanted to go over the different browsers and how Twitter will look different on your phone versus your computer. So here you can see this is how you will view it on your computer. And then on your phone, it's going to look a little different. So today, when I'm going over all of Twitter basics, you are going to be seeing it look like this, how you would see it on your desktop. First, what is Twitter? Twitter is a real-time information sharing network where you can share information instantly and connect with people all over the world. It started in 2006 and there's 1.3 billion accounts, 335 million monthly users and 46% of them use it on a daily basis. Another crazy fact is that there's 456,000 tweets per minute, and Twitter gets 2 billion search queries per day. And 88% of these users actually view Twitter on their cell phone and not their desktop. Another couple things that we're going to go over in a little bit is messages and how long they can be. But a tweet is a message that can be a max of 280 characters. And that is a little different than Instagram or Facebook. You have definitely more capability to add more of a message on Facebook and Instagram. It is a little short. Your messages have to be shorter on Twitter. You can kind of think of it as you're having a conversation with somebody and it's just a short text, like back and forth to each other. You can also add images, links, and videos to your message on Twitter. So here is an example of Healthcare for All Minnesota's profile and how you can set up your own Twitter profile. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is set up an account, and then you'll be taken to your profile page. And you're going to want to upload a banner image. So this is your banner image right here. And then you'll want to do a profile image right here. Profile name, which is a 20 character max. And then your username / Twitter handle. So this is how people will find you, which has a 15 character max. And then you can add a description or bio below. And that is 160 characters max. And a tip here is that you can add hashtags in your bio, and we'll go into that a little bit more in a little bit, but it's a great way to put hashtags in, so here we could put like hashtag Medicare for all, hashtag healthcare for all, hashtag single payer. And when people are searching for those hashtags, your profile is going to come up, and Jen will go into more depth with that in a little bit. And you can also add a link here to if it's a business, your own website, or just a website that has more information about your cause. You can add any other link right here. And then the next thing you're going to want to do is find users to follow, because that's what Twitter is all about, engaging with others. And when you start to engage with others, they're most likely going to follow you back and engage with you. So you can see here's some examples of ones that we follow: Main Street Alliance, PNHP Minnesota, Minnesota Nurses Association, Healthcare for All, Oregon, I think, and or Washington, and Center for Health and Democracy. Here are a few tips for following others. So like I was just saying, you want to follow others with intent and ones that are relevant to your cause and what you are passionate about, because then when you follow like-minded accounts, they are more apt to follow you back and engage with you because they're in line with your niche and cause. So don't follow too many accounts on Twitter. If you follow thousands, but you only have, let's say 10 to 20 followers, Twitter might think you're a spam account and shut you down. So definitely just be aware of how many you're following. And again, you don't want to follow 1,000 or 2,000 because then your feed is not going to be giving you the information that you want to. I mean, it's going to be just too much information. So definitely, maybe start out with 50 or 100. And here are some examples of ones that you can follow right away. PNHP Minnesota, Healthcare for All Minnesota, single payer healthcare, Healthcare for All. And we'll send this out after we're done with this workshop. And so you can click on these and follow them, but there's just some great examples. So after you have started to follow people and have followers, here are some great ways to engage with them. So you want to like, comment, and share their tweets. You want to be posting on your profile pretty regularly, and then also retweeting other tweets. The key to Twitter is to be active. So if you are active and engaging with others, they will engage with you. Here are some examples of things to post on Twitter. So here is one of the things that we post a lot about on Healthcare for All Minnesota Twitter's page is news and events. So here's an example of when Betty McCollum signed on Medicare for All, as she became a co-sponsor for Medicare for All. So you can see here that she thanked her and then also added her Twitter handle here so that Betty will see it and it will come up on her page as well. Another thing that you can post are blog posts or articles. So you can see Wendell Potter posted an article right here. So here, the link will show up here and it'll show a graphic from the article. And then you can put a quick text here explaining the article and why you think it's important. And then last, videos or GIFs are really great to post on Twitter as well. You can see here that she posted a video and you can see that it'll have a little play thing here and it'll show how many views, 9 million views. And then also right here, you can add your copy for, what the article, what the video is about and why you think it's important. A couple things to remember when posting. So you want to use eye-catching images, use video content, and don't forget hashtags. So here's an example of a tweet from Healthcare for All Minnesota, and you can see here that there are some great graphics that we created, and then also there are hashtags. So when you click on these hashtags, and Jen will show this in a second, but when you click on it, it's going to take you to all posts and accounts that are related to this hashtag. So definitely be using those frequently because then you will come up on people's searches. And remember when I said in the beginning that there's like a lot of searches a day. So the more you do this, the more you'll come up on those searches. And again, just post frequently and be active. Okay, so real quick, going back to hashtags, what is a hashtag? A hashtag is any word or phrase without spaces beginning with the hashtag symbol. People use hashtags to find content related to a given topic. And when you click on that hashtag, it takes you directly to search results for that word or term. And so here are some examples of ones that we use. And again, you will get this document. So these are great for you to copy and paste and put in your posts so that you can ensure that when people are searching for content related to these topics in these words or terms, that your post will come up on their search results. Another thing you can do in addition to hashtags are mentions. So a mention is when you do at, and then you put the person's Twitter handle in there. So you can see here, Richard Holman posted this video, and he essentially tagged or mentioned Senator Brisport and Zohran Mamdani. I'm probably going to mispronounce that. And so you use at and then the username in their message. And then this highlights it on their page. So it's bringing attention to them. And this is public information, so everybody will see that. If you want to do private, you can send them a private message. So here's an example of a post that has hashtags and mentions in it. So you can see here, it says hashtag expand Medicare, and then here at Speaker Pelosi. And so you can do both, and you can do as many hashtags as you want. You just have to keep it 280 characters or less on your post. So now I'm going to kick it back to Jen, and she is going to go live on Twitter and show you guys how to use this on your page.
Great. Thank you so much, Jessica. I am going to quick share my screen, and we're going to go live to Twitter. Oh, and Jessica, I need permission to share. While we wait for that, there we go. Thank you so much. One thing I just want to mention is the power of this platform. So right now you are seeing PNHP Minnesota's Twitter homepage. So this is, for example, if you are familiar with Facebook or you joined us for our Facebook presentation a few weeks ago, this would be like your homepage. This is your feed. This is where you go when you can't come onto the site. So as Jessica mentioned before, right now we are on a desktop version of Twitter. I am on Chrome. This could look a little bit different if you're on your phone or your laptop or your computer based upon your browser, your operating system. So if your Twitter doesn't look exactly like this, that's fine. Everybody's is going to look a titch different. So the power of Twitter. When we're using Facebook, we have a network of friends and family and acquaintances. You see your friends' feeds. Or if you follow people, you see that, but it's a more closed off network. Twitter is not like that. It is public. Anyone can see anything, and that is the good and the bad of Twitter. So we caution you to always use your best judgment when you're posting on Twitter. If you wouldn't say it to somebody's face, maybe not a good thing to post. But it's also extremely, it's remarkable the reach that you can have by taking 1 minute to type a post, the people that'll see it, and the kind of reactions you can get. This is what makes social media so powerful, is I can type something to, for example, Bernie Sanders, and he will see it on his feed, and everyone who follows Bernie Sanders will see it on his feed. So with great power comes great responsibility. So let's make sure that we're being extremely just aware of what we're posting on social media, especially when we're advocates for such an important reform that needs to happen for the people in our country. So this is Twitter. So you can see this is when PNHP Minnesota logs on. This is going to be, I'll scroll a little bit. This is our feed. These are all of the people that we follow, and this is what they're talking about. So you can come on to Twitter and you can read. It is endless. You'll see that it will be updating as we go. I'm just quickly going to take you to begin with through our options that are on the left side of our menu on our desktop version. On your phone, it will be located, I believe, in a 3-bar menu that pops up. So let's quickly go through these options. We're going to do a broad overview. We're not going to delve too deeply into anything because this is a beginner's workshop. If you have specific questions, be sure to write those into the little Q&A box. This little Tweety bird, I call it Tweety bird. If you ever want to get back to this page, your home page, you can either click the bird or home, and it'll take you right back here, and it will also update your feed. So because things are coming in fast and furious, every time you click that, you're probably going to see something a little bit different. If you want to explore different things on Twitter, if you want to find people to follow, if you want to see what topics are trending, what are people talking about, click on hashtag explore. You'll see that there are different topics along the top here. So these first two are the ones you're probably going to use the most, maybe news as well, for when you are looking for things to either retweet, so that's you posting other people's content, or looking for things that you want to create a tweet about. So if we go to news, there's going to be all kinds of things, very broad. The more that you use Twitter, the more it's going to understand the things that you want to see. So when you're under For You, you're going to see things that align with the things on Twitter that you're looking at the most. So this is a good place to explore. You can also type in topics, and they will pull those up for you. So you can see, you can click on users, followers, hashtags, which we're going to use examples of here in a moment. So that is how, if you want to look for someone, you use your @ symbol. We'll practice this in a moment as well, but just to show you that your hashtag explore button over here, very handy. Notifications. So notifications will pop up when people that you follow are posting content. So you'll see that people that we follow, people that interact with us frequently, when they're posting things that Twitter says, hey, you're going to want to see this, that's going to pop up under notifications. Messages is next. These are direct messages with other Twitter users. So for example, if Jessica with her Healthcare for All Minnesota account wants to send something to me that's not public, just a private message, she will send me a message and it'll show up right here. And you'll see that as you get messages, this little blue number will increase. As you look at those messages, those will go down back to 0. We will show you how to bookmark different content, and those things will show up here. And then your profile, if you want to see what other people are seeing when they look for you and your handle, that is here. If you ever want to edit your profile, if you want to change any information about you, who you are, what you're doing, your profile picture, your banner image, click on this profile button and then go up here and click edit profile. So that is just an overview of some of the ways to utilize those buttons here. I'm going to go back to my home page. As you can see, it's continually updating because people are constantly posting. So now we're going to do an example of a tweet. It's easy. Don't overthink it. The first one's the hardest because you know that you're putting content out there that anyone in the world can see. But I'm going to show you different ways that you can link your tweet to other people's content and pages so that you'll get the most people responding to it as possible. Because that's why we're here. That's why we're doing it. We want people to see the content that we're posting. All right. So I'm going to do a general message. Support Medicare for all. If I post like this, that's great. All of the people who are following me are going to see it. Sadly, that's it. Just the people who are following me. So as you're starting out, that might just be your mom or your son, and that's it. If we want more people to see our content, we're going to have to use our Twitter kind of our cheats. So if I want everyone interested in Medicare for All to see my tweet, I'm going to use a hashtag. So I'm going to type in hashtag Medicare. So as I'm typing, you can see Twitter's trying to help me out. Oh, it says you're typing about hashtag Medicare for All. I can either type it all in or I can click on it. And that's it. So now everyone who follows or searches for hashtag Medicare for All is going to see my tweet. I haven't said much right now, but they'll see it. If I want to speak with another person, if I want to say, you need to support Medicare for All, then I'm going to use their name. And I'm going to tag them in it by using their Twitter handle. And that on Twitter is called a mention. So let's do that. So support Medicare for All. Let's say Scott Peters. Let's see if we can find him. No, that's not him. CA 52. That's the guy. All right. So we want Scott Peters in California to support the Medicare expansion. So let's tell him. We want you to support the hashtag Medicare expansion. Is it in there? It's not in there. It is now. So when I post this, it's going to go on Scott Peters' feed. All of his followers are going to see that I want him to support the Medicare expansion. So not only will my followers see it, the people who follow hashtag Medicare expansion will see it, and anyone who follows Scott Peters is going to see it. So I just took my little tweet and I expanded the audience dramatically. This is the power of the hashtag and the mention. Other things that you can do with your tweet. Again, you can text, obviously. You can add your hashtag. You can add your mention. You can also add photos or videos. You can add a GIF. Those are the little like 5 to 10 second. Let's see if it'll pop up and show me some GIFs. So let's see an applause GIF. So they are just the very short videos of something to highlight how you're feeling about something. You can use a poll. If you want to do a poll, how many people want to see Scott Peters support the healthcare expansion? You can do a poll. You can do a poll about anything. You can use an emoji to say how you're feeling. If you want people to know, I am really, really mad about people blocking the healthcare, the Medicare for All expansion. You can do that. There are great emojis. They're very fun, and it's a great way to make your tweet a little bit more accessible to folks. By clicking on the little calendar button here, you can schedule a tweet. If you're tweeting at 1 in the morning and you think, oh, I want more people to see it than are awake right now. I want this to post tomorrow at 10 a.m. You can literally come in here. You can change it to 10 a.m. On whatever day. So let's say, tomorrow. And then you can go ahead and do that. And you can have your tweet post whatever time you want to make sure that you get maximum exposure. Great. So another handy dandy thing to know about Twitter is there is this search bar right up here. That is a great place. It's kind of like your Explorer button over here. This search bar is a good place to search for hashtags. It's a good place to search for others. So an important thing to remember is, for example, if we're looking for Representative Jayapal, we are going to put in her name, and you'll see there are actually 2 here. So it looks like this one is her personal account, and this is her professional account because it says Representative Jayapal. You'll see that there are blue check marks next to their names. So when you are looking for someone who is famous, a politician, a legislator, someone who has a very broad reach on Twitter, they need to verify their identity. And this is important because if you're tweeting at someone and there could be, for example, 12 Donald Trumps on Twitter, which one is the real one? Well, it's going to be the one with the blue check mark. That's how Twitter verifies this is the actual person that you're looking for. So if you want to follow, for example, you can see we are following Representative Jayapal. We want to know what she's doing with HR 1976, the House bill for Medicare for All. And so by clicking on her name, it's going to take us to her Twitter feed, and we're going to see what she's talking about. So Representative Jayapal, 26 minutes ago, shared a news article from Vox.com. So after we read the article, very important, make sure you know what you're going to send out to your followers. If we want to retweet this to the people that are following us at PNHP Minnesota, we are going to press this little up arrow, down arrow symbol. You can see this here. If we press this, it's going to retweet. What that means is it is going to post onto the PNHP Minnesota page, and anyone that's following us is going to see it. If we want to make a comment, if we want to reply to what Representative Jayapal posted, we can click on reply and we can say something in response. For example, we can say thank you for always looking out for the and then when we click reply, it's going to post to her tweet, and everyone who follows her and the representative are going to see our reply. It is so powerful that we can just speak and have our legislators hear our voice. We make phone calls, we send letters. This is the next form of advocacy, direct advocacy with our legislators. And they are watching, and they have social media people, just like they have healthcare workers and they have people on the phone banks. They have social media workers who are giving them feedback on everything that they post. If we don't have anything to say about a tweet, but we like it, we can actually just click the heart and she'll say, oh, she knows that we liked it. And then if you click this share button, you'll get a bunch of options. You can send a tweet via direct message, so just a private conversation. You can bookmark a tweet, and we talked about that earlier over here on the left side. That's all of your saved tweets. It's a bookmark. You can copy a link to a tweet so that you can send that to a friend, or you can share it via other email, instant message, things like that. So you see your tweet or someone else's tweet that you're following or that you've searched for. Their content is here. You can reply with your feedback, retweet so your followers will see it, like it so that the person who posted knows you saw it and you're for it, or share it or save it with your bookmark. So that's a lot to say. It's fairly easy to use, and the more you use it, the easier it gets. If you have any questions as you're using Twitter, please never hesitate to reach out to Healthcare for All Minnesota or PNHP Minnesota. We are happy to help you use your social media tools
as a way to advocate for Medicare for All.
For everything that's happening in our movement, whether it is the Medicare for All bills in the House or coming soon to the Senate, if it's for Minnesota Health Plan, or if it's just for single payer bills that are on the table in places, if that's for things like prescription drug pricing, the Medicare expansion, direct professional contract entities, anything that's happening right now in our movement. If you need help figuring out how you want to use your voice to talk about it, to share it with others, and to get it out there, please reach out to us. We're happy to help. So that is our live Twitter feed. Jessica, I think I hit everything. Was there anything else that you think that we should go over with them?
No, I think that's it. So now I think that we'll turn it over to Diana to do her portion.